run and dodge and walk. Changing angles, sitting out for success. Maintain a healthy balance of sophistication and barbarication. Lose the battle boxing with God. I got knocked down and lifted up. See over here, you don't need talent, only connection to blood and nerve. Search no more, rock and pick apart. I heard about with your weak spirit, spit out a perfect death. It's always eating time, no call for unrest. Sleep well, eat better, and battle until your bones disappear. Everyone wants a little piece of heaven here, leaving hell for me to deal with. Good thing I'm raised with demons and devils under the watchful eye of the king. Another cross to bear. These words serve as a purpose that can cost a near. Watching wild wolves feast on dogs caught in snares. Because when it's feeding time, nothing tastes sweeter than the berries of revenge. There lies the end, 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 there
I am now, and I stress, less coastal, less has to have, shattered carafe, hopeful, cast crafting the vast last resort of amassed vocals. Wait, that's still me, wow, but it's different now, I mean it, like exposed bone on fire homes, or enduring the difficult alone. As of late, fate feels so set in stone, so instead of the pen, I open the phone. What will the world lesson me? Rhetoric jeopardy, rhetoric shopping, rhetoric jeopardy. Oh, I get it, we all connect and beget mess, but I guess it is more technical, no, yes? I digress. Last night I couldn't cousin of death. Tooth aching, I felt cold, impatient. I went to close the window when a raven came in. It held a pen in its jaws, ox and poppy blossom in either claw. It was clear this bird was here to party. I'm sorry, did I say party? Not hardly. I meant revenge. Maybe it was sent by an old friend whose fondness for me had come to an end. No, the government then, or me from the future. But when this is all getting intense and very unzen, again, I'm alone with this raven packing smack razor and pen, like a post omen and very Cronin and Berg. Growing more disturbed, this all starts to serve urge and stir the curve bone in my heart that deserves words. And then it's all sort of a blur. I know I coerced the pen from the bird and wrote what you just heard, and the rest kinda like explodes into night. Guess at some point the raven took flight. I just hope I chose right. I wouldn't say I'm hearing voices. It's more vowel-style noises. Come from my many-made choices. Nonetheless, they are powerful poisons.
I wouldn't say I'm hearing voices. It's more vowel-style noises. Come from my many-made choices. Nonetheless, they're powerful poisons.
I wouldn't say I'm hearing voices. It's more vowel-style noises. Come from my many-made choices. Nonetheless, they are powerful poisons.
Boy, do I enjoy a good wrestle with emotions, a tug on the juggler, a whole neck left wide open, skewing viewpoints turned topsy-turvy. Reality flipped on its crown upside down, got me thirsty. Frosty outside, looking in the fire still burning. Natural born killer searching for a peaceful path, but it's a never-ending journey. Cause of death breathing ash.
Magnet, elaborate has been having at it. Held static and swelled sadness. Compelled my Rockwell yell magic. Fact is I had an emphatic that patented savage. I am for a fortnight or whatever. Some severed measure of clock mocking me and the clever treasures I concoct honorably. Can't cater to hater. Donning a saunter and maker. Conning them all on paper.
Shade rhythms, shaming ancestors. masters, I don't beg or borrow. It's primal and pivotal, has a faint smell of the shades of tomorrow. Too easily captured like sign language with rope, but dying in intervals. Soften all roads, buried gold with pharaohs and Pharisees, chariots and cherubims. When the crickets croak, poison in the well with the thistle soak, breathing ash dust.
Smoke surrounds and no longer hollow ground, and I'm running town with a sound I butcher liberally did start. I never seen a man rock a jam in a park, but I could swallow my skull when I get dark. Then hollow a pen and pull feather. The death's kept measure for hours. Kill cloud, I beat louder, heart valor. The no sour or foul, more carnivorous flower.
So green they turn red, records read out blues. The yellow bellied, I'd rather wear all black and tap dance in a rich man's shoes. I see an easy match, turn my back on a blueprint, connect predictable lines to a new point of view. I lack lungs and heart, and nerves no longer trigger that part of the brain that function with freedom. Boundless God, boundless art, strategic depth, strategic news. They share the same vein, just possess a different quality. This is not an introduction. This is a king long overdue.
Shrink into a shadow in perfect view of the few who always knew this regal mobile of balanced bones could pipe poem down microphone to ears for years till it grown throne on a hill of skill. I will to call kingdom alone. Let it be known my light was shone bright like a single gem blown, surrounded by standard men's stones, bred from the schlock stock of ordinary rock and western decline that didn't shine beside thine. Pressure refined, defy time, precious fine line kind of mind, blind leading blind. Rappers are haunted, caught in a toxic masculine gauntlet, and they flaunt it. Lame, help not wanted. Rappers are haunted, caught in a toxic masculine gauntlet, and they flaunt it. Lame, help not wanted.
Sweetheart, deep thought music, sweet dreams, beastly, deep rooted. Phoenix eating deep beast bruises. LA nights by the sea, you're in the shy on the L with the blue line commuters walking Broad Street. Summer in Center City talking raw heat. All eats beefsteaks and hot links and coffee. My land, New York City skyline giving eye tans. Southern love will make you smile dance. East St. Pete beaches so clear and vibrant. Fishing for dinner to sear and digest. In San Francisco City changed to weird the process. Moroccan spice vendors, Manila high rises. Pulutan, red horses, grilling squid in the province. I'm sure most of it was all a blur, but home is where the heart is. I easily magicians put a stop to all this. Stylists creating evils, but let's talk sense. Bay native written in blood, but I ain't no plagiarist. Smell the hellish turmoil, see the lies feed fear. Screen cap bring back all eyes on me to see clear. I don't care if the end is near, it never started for me. I don't acknowledge fear mongers, I'm monsters in the closet. I'll cheers to the departed, constantly fogging up my conscience. Mere mortals mirror idols, achieving heights without wisdom. The cycle continues to collect problems for the resistance. It is what it is, and honest intentions become malicious. Common sense loses value with civilians as ignorance stacks riches. Overstimulated individuals all act so suspicious. I don't follow paths, I create my own. Right or left, life or death, only if I choose so. Follow facts and step correct on my own 10 toes.
single to album and anonymity, tangle of crank volume and productivity, night drip clickless, vice grip depicting my Mike Smith miseclipsing, but capacity for who's still listening, for the sound of a skull whispering, stock plans for an elaborate avalanche, once drawn by now gone hands, down to the very last dead man frozen, down to the very last omen, down to the swole white coals of your intelligence quotient, in for the quiet the dope opens, why explode into coping, murmuring a hopeful old slogan about drinking the right potion and rules that are best left broken, and that bear you've been poking won't stay in slow motion, these demons you're calf roping, whole lot feelings you dare bare hand holding, all while heart colding, nice, you're the vulnerable type, under 100 miles of ice, living your best still life like skull, bread and blossom in a slice of blood moonlight. Chilling my anxiety and trying to see that she quietly piling me. Chilling my anxiety and trying to see that she quietly piling me. Chilling my anxiety and trying to see that she quietly piling me.
Never say I'll criticize, hypnotize, put aside all the lie.
Let me know your tears that turn to pride and push you towards the wise, awakening the pressure, vibes of being alive.
I wanna be where the water ain't tainted. I wanna be where the air tastes sweet. I wanna be where the wild things grow. I wanna be where heaven and earth meet. Long gone are the days of my devil's dancing. Long living grasping with no compassion. The bitter ways know no end, and the thirst for the soul is never quenched. So I keep smashing, gaveling, hammer crafting, outlasting, covering ground, making tracks where they haven't been found. Wreckage left for dead and then salvage the sound. Treasure buried in the head, malnourished, but how come the foul flourish? The fear itch, but its breath only fueled by belief. Subordinate, bowing service and only scratch the surface. Aching nails, how absurd chasing tails, and only solidarity known for breaking spells. He who obey and look the other way might as well dig a cave and suffer and sell. Bliss is a fish out of water, find a shelter under a shell. In the ditch for the author who wrote with the purpose, a virgin of hell. Cursing earth, just creating another version of himself. I wish you well, I wish you would get to know yourself. Flicker in the sun like the mineral that you are, and swim amongst the sea until your bitterness is a jar and puts an end to this misery. How far?
Chilling my anxiety and trying to see that she quietly piling me.
Chilling my anxiety and trying to see that she quietly piling me.
Chilling my anxiety and trying to see that she quietly piling me.
Baby, don't blame me, I probably peel the potatoes and fry and listen to Navy. I'll make a meal off of science and sense. I'm one of the wettest fishes, fishing, prowling on predators, moving on students, packing on punches. So human, isn't it? Disfiguring formulas, factitious, ill intention is so hard, you impotent. Imbecile, simpleton, sick of frame, shuck a shell and make a bust, tuck a stella, smooth a hard road and make a struggle prevail. So many stories to tell, none enough fears or clock hours. I'm sitting in silence, locked and loaded from watchtowers. Absence of coffee breaks, my actions are high powered. I'm charging to the game and my gains are God status factor and speeding distance from car crashes. Karma is the mother of suffering. Season life of salt and ashes, watching time passes. Happiness is so hard to capture, so while I build with the thrill and laughter, kill this planet of fantasy. Everything's so starry-eyed and beautiful, it is what it is. Early stages, man, it's made for the kids. I live in Middle Ages in castles as a cook who falls in love with the queen and kills the king with the rook. I'm out of care, care for the classes. Boxes and labels placing value on comfort, and things seem so somber and dangerous. What happened to blood in the veins, air, water, earth, and fire? Standing on something made for sleep, the she's on a rise.
To a life control my feeling as a force.
So I monitor the power within. No one can take me off my mountaintop. I'm from where the mountain lions come from. No one can take me off my mountaintop. I'm from where the mountain lions come from.
What if it faded? But the pre-weekend we see these bet you so sated. Maybe wasn't that ancient, so get destined, best estimated. Is it best of death, expiry date? Tired and tried by ice age after ice age of fire. Idiot who did it and went on reading with brighter blinders with bitterness. Orphan that has master middleness, so be it. Gets overly obedient, she needed immediate, need to be hit it, but possibly brought it, probably got it. I don't want it, whitewash it, pushing no world up, post smelling good. Yo, folks, what you got? Going handcuffs, scrum, stand up, sans much, deep dreaming, I fiend meaning, pen, picky, cheating like beastie, the weakling, anything to keep this heart out of beating. In its fault, go creating a jar, no more heat lead from afar. Say it, we pass by one is deep, in that state bizarre, reservoir, way we are. And the pen parts, X-ink, shark tank, ink, think, dark arts, clank on the fins of my tin chest. This serious hearing lost business, ain't nothing to cry, without a battle, without a mouth, cattle count, heard, definite, actual capture of what canon has happened to rappers. Be careful where you do posture, cause I've been capitalist crackers, and after all of it, always like a vulture, head stays clean, completely ugly, if the better, whenever evolving false, desperate measure, forever, skull thrust into guts, yet it never get blood on its fabulous fellas. There were hungry, better scavengers, stay having the shit so together. I gotta do better, I can do better, I gotta do better, I can do better, I gotta do better, I can do better, I gotta do better, I can do better. I wanna sing a song, a drink cold, equate me, play me with game over. Kind of thing should you sing about this soldier? Grow old and blow to go over. I wanna sing a song, a drink cold, equate me, play me with game over. Kind of thing should you sing about this soldier? Grow old and blow to go over. Grow old and blow to go over. Grow old and blow to go over.
Just run. I've been trying my tongue on building a whole wolf from absolute scratch. When it's done, I'll build me a match and use it to phoenix my past into ash. Surround my new hound with that important smoke. Feed it some of the coal that I grow in my throat, and we'll enjoy pain together. Fastest friends, deeply invested in how our togetherness ends. A bond of sad, exacting magnitude, proving I am what I happen. Don't ever allow me to capture you. Worse, build you gradually, ad hoc and directionless. Actually, just run. Grab sundries, something sharp, breadcrumbs. You don't want to become an egg that cracks to hatch in a snake neck. You want to nest, cash in that hate check, then get typical. Buy soft things and die quizzical in a rut that's formidable. Wearing half a mask, you brag about wave white flags over helpings of loss you've had. Scared sick inside, I'd forgot to ask if there's a die right guide at the human mechanic where you go to get your manic calibrated and detailed. That panic attached to email in which you wish your skeleton well again ill. The seeds inside stone stand perfectly still like an animal in the sight of an animal it can't kill. Just run before the god placebo crowds you out, gets loud, God's power to your sorrowful mouth while you tout your artisanal crystallized doubt. Slowly stalagmited into a shiv of shout, pulled out about and shook at the sun. Trust, just run. I had a flashback last night, and I'm not alright.
You know your chains are loose, single dance on death proof, holds immunity, 100 proof truth. You know your chains are loose, single dance on death proof, holds immunity, to you, 100 proof.
I can feel my ancestors running through my blood. I'm tribal with the jungle on my tongue. Survival of the fittest, made a purpose be my witness. They are purchased, quickly burning through the young. Tidal waves are peeking through the sun. It's eating up the beating us to dumb. Heathen sending one, taking everything and running, stealing from my seeds and leaving none. Plant a tree and lay the granite, kill the rashes and they bleeding us for crumbs. Should've seen it from the jump, should've dug the coffins for the Dutch. Ain't no meaning in the love, only demons to the touch, breathing up the dust. Ain't gon' see it or repeat us and defeat us. Loving mother planet, heart gigantic hands, volcanic feet, planted in the mud, chewing bark. The modern man had a heavy ring, hunting animals, and then we use everything. Ancestors walk with me until we're free from this flesh. Tell me how you hurt and show me how you love. I don't stray too far from the path too much. Maneuver through the fire, throwing punches, shooting bullets, giving hugs, shaking hands. Time's a motherfucker, been a bad father figure. Devils burning crossroads. I'd rather see you in a cubicle than rotting in a box. And if you want peace, you better be peace. Use your head, separate the ankle from the feet and watch it fall. I had a flashback last night. See the dreams.
You know your chains are loose. Single dance on death proof. Holds a moon to you, 100 proof truth. You know your chains are loose. Single dance on death proof. Holds a moon to you, 100 proof truth. You know your chains are loose. Single dance on death proof. Holds a moon to you, 100 proof truth. You know your chains are loose. Single dance on death proof. Holds a moon to you, 100 proof truth.
The nighttime is and outsiders, seeing eye dogs, peaky blinders, and sidewinders, pastime glass shiners, half out of my mind, but thus is the world where the buses get the girl. Put more cash for dying, I just skip the theatrics, never was one for the lines, unless the fresh Colombian kind. Doing disco backflips, society caters to this kind of madness. Shattered fragile reality, swallowed by the mouth of spring, bare feet off and running on stained cracked concrete. Boiling exhausted, my baby bottle the down their chin. Kind of atmosphere makes murderers and breeds victims cling. There's only one armor that protects me on the soul. Can't avoid stepping in the cesspool. It's a chess game, best keep a sharp mind. I think better with my left brain. I take turns, I learn curves, I fail first, I hold the way to the exit and be the last one through the door. And if I can manage these pleasures, these stress relievers, these endorphins, carelessness could be the death. A metamorphosis, an extra mile is only a mile. I just kept walking and worked hard and slept often and greeted change with a smile. There ain't no competition, to be cautious, I enjoy it all. I could find a champion in a decent heart and almost any bleeding heart and nail my flesh to the wall. It's only flesh. I never cause a threat and keep the audio in check. I leave the problems to the powers, heed the domino effect, and one by one I watch them fall. Never wish for it at all, and that's the God honest truth. Strip naked in the raw, because who am I to judge? Humans groom dishonor, and I've done so much dirt, my tears are turning into mud. But blood thicker than water, my love mends and heals. And broken promises, I use the pieces from a human heart to rebuild. This life takes a lifetime. I wanna rap
until the solid glass track
and my identity cracks,
freehanded after that,
like the world's first map.
and get my
Way with pen and pen back. I wanna rap
until the solid glass track
and my identity cracks,
freehanded after that,
like the world's first map.
and get my
Way with pen and pen back.
Integrity I own, wit and mutilate on beat, dutifully do so like Sahara beast. May not game, all alone on the reach, same way. Hey, let's eat, get guts on, rust off, get gone. This is not a love song. Get part of the throat, the peel sting like a threat that kills kings. To feel a real wings, the feeling still stings. Tree cut to count rings, rank, slang, frost, the call jaws and claws, getting blood in the dog. All fire, God, bones, God, won't gnaw. Get the gun, big up you all enormous lizards who ate white knights and wizards and whatever miserable patriarchal business they have happening. Props to every pen dragon, and it's not having it. Heat breathing for right reasons, leaving even seeds and feet singed. Torch, glass, warp, wood, scorch. One honorable course resorts to brute force for rappers that don't like me, cause dope, because whitey, it's something to take lightly. Acceptance just don't excite you. Rather make shape lightning, rap drastic and great writing. Not plastic, has been in fighting. Quality throttling, cloth modeling, fast following, shells hollowing, hobbling, posturing from fear their fathers fell bottling bastards, baiting their caskets and male ego collapse. Racket turn contest, the simple with a complex kick at day ends, met with a splendid explosion of berserk reality. Blurred works, no styles usurp. Live well, sell more shirts to the masses. Brash person, half empty glass thirst for a working worm's dirt, like hearing an echo first. The unknowns, no one's turf. Yet the last rapper on earth will still not complexly describe their own hurt.
Breaking free from this prison. I'm grateful every day this Lord don't give and thank the trees. Shake the ground, I'll skip the drama. I don't play victim or lip mimic the simple process. Three-legged skip and pick your partner, make sure you bring a gift to offer. I prefer natural selection, hunting, gathering. rather gather data. HR, high against die, exacerbate. If you wanna climb the ladder, might have tried. Rap bait, using cash for fishing to fatten your plate. Nap a day, keep the maggots at bay. Could you imagine if I rap that way? Tapped into a palatable plate. Yeah, Batman dangerous. These jobs so malleable, so advantageous. Big wild world, just can't contain it. But I'm metal, of course, and tamper with the manufacture till the whole thing break. Or make us a paycheck.
Here to 45 years, severe weird, disappear into spear ears, near God tier fear, transmodification, main vein in the same plane, surnaming is all these train laymen and breaking the vase of Cayman, brazen pen, Benjamin, Maven, change making, causing applause caving, last laughing, in it collapsing, rocks toppling, fakes clapping, drastic staggering math, bad happening, going elaborate, factoring into the firecracker, into my hula prop master, and used to be battle rapping, choosing me now savage and personal truth and tackling, living before cadavering, ash, dust, dusted, shepherd heavily interrupted, decidedly deep-blooded poem, dug at the thin budget and subsequent easy dozen it boom, delicate, volatile, truth-telling and mulligan.
Right under your nose, just know it's close to heart, we wrote it. Heaven's only a breath away, but hell is closest. How dare they cherish whatsoever, get they cherry pick through the culture. Where a heritage to cherry ditches, let their own risk for exposure. Is there anyone alive right now, not trying to be somebody? Eat the beats and feed the needs of the ungodly underdog. King born through the garbage, 7 sovereign dead and all 6 poets and prophets.
Dabble in the toxic to full agnostic, red catch a fed, respects red nectar to never remembers, overslept pet leopard, and it continued to sleep, dreaming of perfect hunger and all it won't eat, and some slumber run under a dumb number of made beds, the race stayed dead, payday fed, Malays weighed on med, non-funkable base heads.
I've been trying to make eye contact with the facts, standing at ground level, waiting on the pyramid to collapse. The rubble man, the station band of bandwagons, catching catfish, gasping last breath, flapping fin, swimming puddles.
Forgive my warriors, man, is bone hard, cold blood candor. Damned if I do, damned if I don't pander. When the ganders deluxe is my standard. Atlas sulks when death is in town and it wants your results. Replaces the faces on flowers with skulls. Stabs you to life with the dull and this uncaring, blaring error of null. Insert result ploys. We send a grown man's signal through the noise of infinite internet boys.
Prisoner of the past, refugee of abuse, self-inflicted, inherited, and everyone's a victim to the loss all inhibition. Stop asking for permission, no cause for alarm. So when you had a fear beaten out of you by everyone you love, compassion runs dry, and even in the sands of time, castles fall to ruins. This whole thing seems like a setup, one big game for fools, and no one knows the rules, but act like we do. I hate you just because, blank, 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 and word, word, word. An attribute, burning through the learning curve. Smash through the avenues and accepting different outcomes. As murder becomes casual, that helps steady the nerves. Can't tell you cause it's tactical, but maybe I'm sent to serve something more real than heaven, so tangible you can taste it. Type of pain you can smell. When Ali said goodbye, he took my heart with him. I haven't been the same since, somehow I'm getting stronger. He never knew his own power, I admired his existence. I still can't help but cry, almost on a daily basis. My only escape from that well is the look on my son's faces. Eternal light, saving graces, boy, it's hard to shake. So hard I get the shakes, it's so hard to face. I'm awake with suffocation, boy, there's nothing realer than suffering. Purpose of life, and everything else is a bonus. I'm never not grateful, just wish I stuck it out. I'm never not grateful, just wish you cut that out. I'm never not grateful, just wish I could've dug you out. Grateful, just wish I could've pushed the sun through that cloud.
Fly away from you, unless you find your wings. And I wanna fly away from you, unless you find your wings. Goodbye.
It's been exactly hard, and I don't know where you are. Just that it's a where I can't go. So alone I've been though, folding these colds like warm clothes, imagining us both old, doing my best to believe in souls. But as the reverse glow of losing you grows, I am destroyed and it shows. My best friend's life came to an end, and I broke where I'm supposed to bend. Came with a wound beyond mend, beyond scars, beyond bars, no matter how carefully crafted they are. Hard is an understatement. This is impossible to accept or face how it hurts. That thick ache that has no bodily place, no chest or stomach to grace. It's sizable pain without shape. But for you, my love is exactly alive. It's thousands of miles high, it pierces the sky, it shines smooth on all sides, and it thrives. Godless, perfect obelisk of my sheer, dauntless, bottomless adoration, and it honors this beautiful man. Hollowed I stand, and quietly howl out pains and plain sustained vowels. Because words don't seem to work on this perfect to hurt, unearthed after something so wrong. And I didn't want to do this in song, but that's our bond. And I may not know where you've gone, but our love is so strong. You do truly exist, outside memory, photos, track lists. I've lost before, but never this much. And that was all just stuff. Now I'm utterly stuck with all these whys, wheres, and one ugly because. I'm sorry I couldn't protect you, nor erect you castle walls that wrap exact around your health. I'm sorry I couldn't help. I would have fought wolf, kraken, or adder to protect every shred of your next chapter. And now there's just after, where I sit shattered and remember your laughter, and just remember your laughter, and just remember your laughter, and just remember your laughter. And so I walk